Absolutely. Now, the third time's a charm. So you've qualified 3 times.
There it is, the Staples Center. And let's go.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2-guard position. Stolen by George. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Richardson with it. Leonard picks him up. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Porzingis. Off the left rim and out. And here's Leonard. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game. Passes it to Richardson. He feeds it to Doncic. 7-foot shot. It's tipped, and he gets it back. Back to Richardson. 5 on the clock. Here's Porzingis. It's good. Well, we all know, Clark, the travel in the NBA is just exhausting. It's just incredible how many miles these teams rack up.
Kevin, I tell you, some of the old-timers would say, hey, they travel in charter planes today and 5-star hotels. They haven't seen anything as far as rough travel. But you're right, it takes a toll. But players are well accustomed to navigating the cadence and rhythm of traveling and still being ready to play.
Here's Richardson after the Clippers pick up 2. To the inside, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
Outside, George. To the middle. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Porzingis. It's his first trip to the line.
And that 82% free throw percentage this season must have him feeling pretty good about himself at the line.
You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Now, here's Kleba. He's coming off a 13-point game against Orlando.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
So for Dallas, their last game, a win against the Magic in Orlando.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. On the wing, Doncic. Pass to Richardson. Here's Porzingis. Back to Richardson. Out to Doncic. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Leonard. On the pass to Batum. Outside, George. Leonard on the wing. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Jackson, he's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley.
And Powell doing a nice job using his length on these hard shots. I mean, excellent at powering through the contact.
Williams kicks to Jackson. Back to Williams. 1:30 left to play in the first quarter. Stolen by Brunson. Johnson surveying the floor. Hardaway against Williams. Hardaway goes in. Slammed off. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Cauley Stein's checked in. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Brunson against Williams. Mavericks have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. It's Hardaway with the drive. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now here's Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Celtics in Boston.
Look at this little fella going in there and eating up some glass.
Over in the corner, Doncic. Here's Cauley Stein. Good work defensively by Morris.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Burke. Then it's James Johnson. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5 down low.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not a leap tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Now, here is Morris. Following the missed shot by Willie Cauley Stein. Here's Williams. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Good unselfishness there by Williams. I mean, he recognized the roller had the nice angle to score.
Brunson scanning the floor. Cauley Stein. It's rebounded by Lou Williams. The Clippers in the lead. To the paint. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Johnson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Williams against Brunson. Williams passes to Morris. Back to Williams. Lays it up off the glass. Williams has got the lead back up to 2 now for Los Angeles.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Clippers have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the 7th. Inside. Jackson finds Morris. Back to Jackson. There's 3-pointers off the mark. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Hardaway passes to Johnson. Now Brunson. Down low. Here's Cauley Stein. A miss that time would have put him up. The Clippers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Hardaway with the steal. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
On the wing, Jackson. To the inside. Zubats, that's good. Zubats has got the game tied up here for the Clippers. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Pass to Zubats. Brunson against Williams. Passes to Kennard. 5 to shoot. A three-pointer, no good.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Jackson passes to Williams with the tip.
Look at this little fella going in there and eating up some glass.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back from the first half. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but and that does it for our halftime.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You've got to like what Ivica Zubats has done in this game.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Pocket is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubats. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Finney-Smith. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Out to Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
The Clippers shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. On the wing, Batum. And here's George for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Doncic passes to Richardson. Back to Doncic. Kicks it out to Richardson. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Outside Leonard. It's George on the wing. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area. Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
George looking over the floor. Ibaka. It's good on the putback. Ibaka's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Porzingis can't hit. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. That one goes in. Leonard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Andrew Beverly, he's checked in for Zubats. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look. That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And it's George finishing it off.
I tell you what, mind-blowing experience when you look at Paul George as a dunker. This guy makes alley-oops look easy.
Here's Finney Smith. No points in the game yet for him. That one drops for him.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim. And where Finney Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
Here's Porzingis. Paul George making his last shot. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Excellent court awareness from the big man there. Porzingis proving to be a reliable passer.
The Clippers have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Here's George. No good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Doncic finds Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Paul George with the steal. Over in the corner, Batum. 1:04 left in the third quarter. Here's George. And that one, good. George has got 8. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Porzingis.
And, you know, we talk a lot about confidence right there. Porzingis showed plenty of it.
George against Richardson. Fires for 3. George missing again.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
It's Richardson on the wing. 17 seconds left in the third. Finney Smith passes to Powell. It's good. This game is all even. Powell's got 4 points in the quarter.
Dwight Powell really showing continuing confidence in his inside game, and I think he's only going to get better down there.
Here's Ibaka. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Maxi Kleber is out there with Powell. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Doncic in at the 3, the small forward. So it's the Clippers now, following the score by Dallas. Here's Williams. Powell pulls it in. The Mavericks shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Kleber, good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Now here's Williams. And that one drops for him.
Man, he's excellent off that pick and roll. A dynamic score. Defensively, you've got to play Williams to score the ball in that situation.
Beverly against Hardaway. Powell, that's good. Powell's got the lead up to 2 now for the Mavs.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Now here is Ibaka. Williams in the post. Brunson covering. Ibaka, no luck. For Dallas, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Powell kicks to Doncic. Back to Powell. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end. And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's Brunson. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Lets it fly. The shot by Powell, no good. And so Ibaka, he'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. And no good, had a chance to take the lead there. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Brunson. Ibaka against Powell. Now, here's Doncic. He's guarded closely. And it's good, 2 points. Powell's got 10 points in just the second half.
And Powell unafraid to take big shots, fully confident in his ability to knock them down.
Williams kicks to Leonard. Up again, and Ibaka is right there. Ibaka's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Big stakes, big bucket. Ibaka showing he has the mettle to rise to the challenge.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Out to Doncic. To the paint. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Dwight Powell's combination of athleticism and focus allow him to score despite getting bumped around.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Lou Williams. Then for the Mavericks, Porzingis is checked in for Maxi Kleber. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Jalen Brunson. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
The pass to Finney-Smith. Doncic against Leonard. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Dallas again missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Leonard on the wing. Richardson covered. And here's George for 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists tonight. Doncic outside. There's the dish to Powell. Great D that time from Leonard. Los Angeles leading by 3. Outside, George. From the arc. Mavericks with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Richardson. Money!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Now, here's George. Yes!
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
30 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
They've got to go all out trying to force a turnover here.
And the dunk by Powell.
Yeah, really good to see Powell playing within the offense and taking quality shots and riding his hot hand.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Richardson attacking. Ooh, offline.
Boy, you got to love when Richardson gets the defense to commit and make a mistake there.
And the Clippers call time here. They're leading by 1. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And definitely, they've got to get that defensive strategy in place. You have to play it smart. A stop probably wins the game for them, but they cannot afford a foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
Boy, Josh Richardson, really the kind of guy every team could use because he's got a well-balanced 3 and D game. He does a lot for his team, brings a lot of value to whoever he plays for.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 1. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in a game.
So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. Hey, thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's... For the game and the task ahead. The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas. And David.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. And for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Porzingis. James with some nice D. The Lakers on offense. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Well, that's just something to keep an eye on. I mean, when their reserves are operating at a high level, so tough to beat.
The offensive rebound. Here's Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith, covered by LeBron. Kicks it out to Richardson. Shot clock at 5. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
You bring up some great points.
Well, yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson values the easy assist over a risky shot.
Los Angeles with another miss. The Mavericks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Kleber kicks to Richardson. Knocks down the three ball.
Way to work the inside-out game. Draws the defense in and kicks it out for the open shot.
Caldwell Pope passes to Gasol. Back to Caldwell Pope. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And the recognition Gasol has is tremendous. I mean, you can't leave anyone open or he'll find them.
And see, Webb, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope changing his approach before last season. He knew he wouldn't need to take on as much of a scoring responsibility.
Yeah, and what a team player, GA. I mean, KCP rededicated himself to defense. He tries to do more with less touches now. And that's the mindset you need to have playing with stars going for a championship.
And the rejection by James.
James is just a sensational shot blocker. You better check your rear view mirror. He's relentless.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
Here's LeBron, and LeBron throws it down.
Really, that's his specialty right there, finding that angle and then going hard to the rim.
Doncic against Schroeder. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Now here's Kleber. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Schroeder against Doncic. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Dishes it to Gasol. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Pass to Gasol. Clock at 6. Lob pass to Gasol. Porzingis with the steal. Kleber against Morris. Richardson kicks to Kleber. And Kleber slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Now here's Schroeder. 17 points for him last game against Phoenix.
Yeah, man, as good of a scorer as he was in that game, he was even a better passer. A lot of assists for him.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. It's a three-point game. There's the pass to Richardson. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Oh, and the long arms of Caldwell Pope are so dangerous on defense. He is so good at making his man feel uncomfortable, which in turn earns him a ton of steals.
Now, here's Doncic. He picked up 33 points in their last win against the Magic in Orlando.
Yeah, and don't forget about his passing. He didn't forget about his teammates. He was spreading the ball all over the floor.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the dunk by James.
James is effective at getting near the basket. Always look to dunking it home.
Mavericks have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. To the right side. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Now Brunson. He picked up 24 points in their last win against the Magic in Orlando. Hardaway from outside. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's Dallas leading by just 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
They've been quicker to the ball, showing great anticipation and terrific hustle.
We've got Doncic, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Dwight Powell, and it's Johnson in at the 4. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Passes it to Doncic. Back to Brunson. Feeds it to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
Here's LeBron. Harrell trying to free himself up. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from LeBron. Hardaway finds Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
James, the pass to Horton Tucker. Here's Caruso. Brunson covering. Pass to LeBron. Here's Horton Tucker. 6 to shoot. Inside. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to 1 on the bucket from Harrell.
And improving as a shot maker every year. Harrell has to be accounted for defensively.
Brunson the pass to Powell. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Mavericks making a switch here. Burks is checked in. The drive by James. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You pick up Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Well, go figure is right. Now here is Hardaway. Not a lot of room. That one goes. Count it. Powell's got 7 now in this quarter.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Brunson finds Powell. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Caruso. Here's Horton Tucker. Puts it up there for Harrell. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Kuzma, and he banks in the layup.
Takes some strength to finish through that kind of contact, and Kuzma's definitely put in his share of work in the weight room.
Pass to Brunson. To the middle. The shot by Powell, no good. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Trailing by 2. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. 1:30 left here in the second. The shot by Powell, no good.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
The drive by James.
Whether he's driving, posting up, firing from deep, you know LeBron has it all. He's been a fantastic evening for him.
To the wing right side. Johnson outside. 1:04 left to play here in the half. And the rejection by Harrell. Looking at the last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to the Suns. Horton Tucker, the pass to LeBron. Out to Kuzma. Back to James. Over Hardaway. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Kuzma. LeBron's got the lead up to 4 now for the Lakers. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The feed to Powell. To halt the run. And stolen by Harrell. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Kuzma kicks to Caruso. Tries from 10. Offensive rebound. Harrell on the follow.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from James Johnson.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers ahead. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 14 points. And that'll...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So the Lakers 5 right now. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Morris. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Gasol at the center position. Doncic finds Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Caldwell-Pope passes to Morris. In the corner, Harrell with it. Back to Morris. And there's the pass to Caldwell-Pope. Puts up a 3. That shot off. And it's Dallas the other way. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Kleber, the pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Gasol kicks it over to Schroeder. Gasol, great positioning on the putback. And the Lakers lead by 4.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Porzingis with the ball. Now guarded by Schroeder. And Porzingis again. Porzingis has got 6 in the quarter.
Rock solid start for him. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
Morris inside. And yes, it's good.
Morris is such a gifted scorer in the paint. He utilizes both his height and weight to get deep inside.
Porzingis inside. Defended by Gasol. That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Porzingis.
They've been very sharp to start the half. A perfect 4 for 4 from the field.
Here's Schroeder. Banked in off the glass. Schroeder's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell-Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Schroeder against Doncic. He gets it in there.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. There's the steal. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And the dunk by Doncic.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right. And that's severe punishment right there.
Oh, you're right. And I love the opportunistic approach. These kinds of hustle plays can be game changers.
Nobody near Schroeder. Nailed from three-point land. Schroeder's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Doncic outside. And the dunk by Doncic.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Morris inside. He feeds it to Gasol. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic.
And the former second-round pick, Gasol's become an elite player at his position. He's a force at both ends.
Hardaway dishes to Powell. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got 4 assists now tonight. James looking it over. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
James is a workhorse down deep. When he's close to the basket, you better wrap him up.
Both free throws good from James. Mavericks trail by 4. Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Passes it to Powell. Out to Hardaway. He dishes it to Cauley Stein. Count it. Cauley Stein's got his first 2 points.
And it's important for Cauley Stein's confidence that he gets these interior shots to fall. The more he sees the ball go in, the more assured he will feel down inside.
James has a 2-pointer, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And the Lakers lead by 4.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
Rejected by Gasol.
Wow, trying to challenge Gasol, big-time two-way player. He gets it done on both ends.
Here's Caruso, and he uses the glass on the layup. Now it's a 6-point Laker lead.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Lakers lead by 6. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Cauley Stein. Johnson is out there with Hardaway. Then it's Jalen Brunson, and it's Richardson in at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Right wing. Gasol against Cauley Stein. Horton Tucker, the pass to Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. Here's LeBron, and the dunk by James.
Look at that. You have to love how James stayed calm. He doesn't let the shot clock get to him. Awesome at creating for himself.
Here's Brunson. Here's Cauley Stein. Rejected by Gasol. Kuzma outside. Over to the left wing. Takes the 3. Cauley Stein grabs the board. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 6-point game. Cauley Stein passes to Johnson. And it's Gasol with the rebound.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. That'll get the whole team pumped up.
Trying to get open is Kuzma. The layup off target. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's Richardson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And when Richardson is aggressive, good things tend to happen, including how he attracts fouls while shooting.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for James Johnson. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. In the corner, it's Morris. Los Angeles with another miss. Mavericks trail by 4. Here's Richardson. Good on the bucket. Richardson's got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, there's the toughness and grit of Richardson. Absorbing a lot of contact and powering through it.
Back to Schroeder. Basket counts. And the Lakers lead by 4.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Doncic passes to Porzingis, and there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
Pass to Schroeder. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive and contact. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Altman.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Now the pass to Finney-Smith. And Doncic, here we go. But they recover it.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Down low, here's Caldwell Pope.
In key moments like this, you need guys like Caldwell Pope to come through with a huge bucket. Just tremendous focus.
Richardson kicks to Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
Pass to James. On the wing, Morris. Back to LeBron. Schroeder against Doncic. And it's Schroeder missing. The Mavericks have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Porzingis kicks to Kleber. Back to Porzingis. To tie it up. Got it. A huge shot to tie it up.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Harrell finds James. Count it.
Oh, you got to love the poise of James, a master at executing in clutch situations.
So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time for your stars to shine.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by LeBron. And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. Nice D from Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith. He's defended by Harrell. Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. 8 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Or they could take the lead if they play for the 3. Interesting decision.
8 seconds left in the fourth. Pass to Burke. Here's Brunson. And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. They break the hearts of every... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. To bring you all of today's action. Well, hey, Dave.
Kevin, thank you very much.
You're right, Dave. That is scary. Thanks for that one. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. And it's Ibaka. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the 1. Now here's George. After the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Pass to Batum. Leonard on the wing. A rebound by the Lakers. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
Hard to keep the consistency going, which I guess is the very definition of consistency. Keep it going.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Here we go, one-on-one. And now that we have some time away from it, Steve, how strange and wild were the NBA playoffs in the bubble?
You know, Kevin, having players see each other in hallways while going to battle later that night was definitely different. Spending that much time together. We'll eventually look back and view it as one of the most interesting times in the NBA history.
Now here's Gasol. Caldwell Pope passes to James. Schroeder, right side, shot from the wing, and it's good off the back rim and in.
Typically playing the role of catalyst. This time, Schroeder's the one who gets set up.
And Leonard has it in the corner. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
LeBron, good.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
And here's George. After LeBron James hitting the three. And Leonard has it in the corner. And stolen by LeBron. And it's the Lakers on the break. Passes it to Gasol. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Gasol against Leonard. Gets that one to fall after missing his first two. 1 for 3 from the field.
Attacking, trying to get good looks. Give Kawhi credit. He finds one.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Now, here is George. After the Marc Gasol miss. Ibaka, the pass to George. And it's George finishing it off.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well-versed in finishing above the rim.
Now, here's Schroeder. 17 points for him last game against Phoenix.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
Caldwell Pope for 3. Shot clock at 6. There's the triple. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
Outside Leonard. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. Back to Beverly. The pass to Leonard. To the inside. Here's Ibaka. Not going to go that time. And it's the Lakers the other way. Fast break. Here we go. LeBron dishes to Schroeder. Back to LeBron. Shoots over Leonard. And it's James missing. George against Caldwell Pope. George with the bucket.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
James way outside. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with their lead standing at 6.0. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Reason why, excellent spacing. They may not stay this hot all game, but hard to bet against them.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Lakers. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then there's Harold, and it's Horton Tucker in at the shooting guard. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Zubac.
This is the type of playmaker Lou is. Outstanding at getting it to his open guys.
LeBron James on the wing. Pass to Horton Tucker. Takes a three. And LeBron James good for three. James has got the lead up to 9 now for the Lakers. Now Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Harold. Here's Caruso. Lakers working the ball around now. To the left wing. Now the feed to Harold. Passes to Caruso. 5 on the clock. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I'd go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Kennard. And the pass to Caruso. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Knocked away. Harold, the pass to Horton Tucker. Back to Harold. Williams with the ball. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Kennard's shot is off.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
The drive by James.
Can't do anything about it. LeBron gets a step. Next thing you know, he's hanging off the rim.
When Kuzma first entered the league, the Lakers were a rebuilding team. Now, Greg, he's one of the more experienced pieces on this team.
And Kuzma's made the most of it, switching to a learning role. Tries to absorb as much as he can from the vets, and he does everything he can to pick their brain and improve on those little things in terms of championship caliber basketball.
The Lakers with the ball after the Clippers pick up 2. Here's LeBron, and James throws it down.
LeBron is having himself a game. Staying aggressive, playing with a lot of force.
Now here's Williams. He's covered closely. Pass to Kennard. Off target with his 3. Lakers leading by 9. Kuzma passes to Horton Tucker. There's a minute left in the first half of basketball. And here's James outside.
Come on.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. A moment here now to see the numbers for him.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
The Lakers making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in. George is checked in for the Clippers. Pass to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Caruso, the pass to Schroeder. Over to the wing. Here's Kuzma. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Los Angeles Clippers, they come into this one following a loss to the Celtics in Boston. And George kicks to Williams. Outside for George. Kuzma pulls it in.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 12 points, 2 assists. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
The burst he's had when going at the rim has been fantastic. A lot of strong finishes through 2 quarters.
His activity level has made an impact, and he is fearless.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Ibaka is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2. Clock at 4. Beverley the pass to George. From deep. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got 3 assists now in this one. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 10. Gasol against Ibaka. Back to George. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. George has got 7 points in the game. Schroeder kicks to Morris. Passes it to James. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Back to LeBron. And finished off by LeBron.
The indestructible one. LeBron brushing off contact for the easy deuce.
And for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's best when he lets the game come to him, when he's not forcing shots, not making things tough on himself, not making tough passes. You know, Smitty, a simple approach does wonders for him.
Kevin, you applaud the maturity of KCP to realize that he knew he needed to change his game to improve. Focusing on making the easy play has made him a very valuable member of this team.
Here's Gasol. The Clippers getting the bucket. Dishes to Caldwell Pope. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Lakers lead by 9.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
And he comes up with the deuce.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
The Lakers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Feeds it to Gasol. It's stolen by Ibaka. Outside, Batum. Leonard looking around.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma comes in for LeBron. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. George with the ball. Picked up by Kuzma. And he makes that one. George has got 9.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
This is the tricky part. Having enough left in the tank to finish the job.
Count that one.
And Schroeder entrusted to run this offense, making the right call.
Clippers trail by 4. Here's Beverly. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. George dishes to Ibaka. The shot's good on the assist by George. Ibaka's got his first bucket in this one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Shoots the 3. They get it back.
Incredible activity from Montrezl Harrell. So many of his points is off the offensive glass.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 7. 1:07 left in the third quarter. Kennard finds George. Caldwell Pope with some nice D.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up. Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's Leonard. Following the basket by Kyle Kuzma. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Outside for George. And the 3 off target.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Kuzma passes to Morris. Schroeder outside. Over Kennard. And the shot is long. And now the Clippers on the break. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
With Kawhi, you love his talent, but just as important, you love the basketball IQ and work ethic. He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling, and the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
To the middle, here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Harrell. He's out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Gasol at center. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Here's Kuzma. That shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That team is a little road weary right now. That is the 6th consecutive game away from home.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Kuzma outside. So the wing on the left. Harrell finds Kuzma. Harrell trying to free himself up. Kuzma, that's good. And the Lakers lead by 6.
Anytime you watch Kyle, you see the production. Plus, you see the potential for more.
George looking over the floor. Right side, Williams. Good work there as it goes.
Despite having a small frame, this is a big part of Lou Williams' game. Taking it up strong inside.
Out to the right wing. Horton Tucker, the pass to Gasol. Basket good.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
It's George on the wing. Second shot opportunity. Looking to end his cold spell. It's blocked, and he's able to get it back. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Lakers leading by 6. Caruso, the pass to Kuzma. Here's Caruso. Here's Horton Tucker. Kicks it to Gasol. Makes it off the glass. And it's an 8-point Laker lead.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Outside, George for 3. Hits the 3-point bomb.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
The pass to Caruso. Here's Horton Tucker. Defended by George. Here's Batum. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 5 assists tonight.
And you talk about clutch plays, I mean, defensively and offensively, and we saw it right there.
Delivering a much-needed bucket. Harrell always working hard for the team.
We've got 1:48 left in the game. Williams finds Batum. George, that's a 2-pointer. Here's Zubac, and now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So both teams changing it up here. And it's George finishing it off.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Shooter passes to Caldwell Pope. Outside Gasol. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. That's good from Schroeder.
And that could end up being a critical point in this game to give them a 2-possession lead on the technical.
We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter of this one. 6 on the shot clock. Here's James. The putback. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 4-point game. And there's George. That's good on the assist from Batum.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. He feeds it to Morris. Yes!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
.51 seconds left to play in the final quarter. George, that's a 2-pointer. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. 2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. A 3-pointer is right on target. Now it's a 7-point Laker lead.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Caldwell Pope passes to Morris. Kicks it out to James. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Schroeder finds James. No one near him. Rebound by the Clippers. Here's the break. Outside, Batum. And so the Lakers take the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. Run by Rocket. Dressed in their finest, the Mavs as they came through. And here's a look at some numbers for Paul George.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Baca is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the 1. And for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward.
And how about Ibaka getting off the floor for that dunk? What a great finish.
Richardson attacking. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Terrific talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Well, what makes Kawhi so problematic in the pick and roll? He can do about anything he wants out of it, including keep the basketball.
Here's Finney-Smith. He's covered by Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Kleber. The Mavericks keeping it alive. A new 14. Back to Porzingis. Pass to Finney-Smith. Porzingis with the ball. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Ibaka, and Ibaka is right there.
We know this about Serge Ibaka. This guy is a strong presence on the offensive glass. If you don't check him out, you're going to get hurt.
Inside, here's Porzingis. Doncic outside. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. And he banks in the layup.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
Now, here's George. 32 points for him last game against Boston. Leonard finds Ibaka. Beverly with the ball. Guarded by Doncic. Leonard on the wing. Taken away. Fast break, Dallas. Doncic leading the charge. Stolen by George. Porzingis against Ibaka. And here's George for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
Here is Ibaka after Luka Doncic's bucket. And George, here we go.
How about Paul George puts it on the deck, uses that explosive quickness. This guy is really hard to contain.
And Doris, as if it were destiny, Kleber grew up in the same hometown as Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell, because in 2017, Kleber texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary.
Here's George. Another shot, trying to get open as Ibaka. And it's George missing.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through. See if you can get an easy opportunity.
Here's Doncic. And another basket for Dallas.
You got to remember that Luka Doncic is so much more than a shooter. He's got every shot in his arsenal, even amongst the trees in there.
On the wing, George. And there's the pass to Ibaka. Leonard kicks to Beverly. Back to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Mavericks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That's good from Richardson. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to the Celtics in Boston.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Listen, I don't fault the effort. That was there all night. It was the quality of play that was lacking. There was not a ton of cohesion. They've got to figure it out.
Kennard against Hardaway. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. There's Jackson with the three. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. It's a tie game in Dallas. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback style.
Old school basketball. Yeah.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Luke Kennard. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the shooting guard. Johnson finds Cauley Stein. Brunson against Zubac. Up again. It's good on the putback.
You have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass, using that long body to track down those offensive boards.
Here's Williams. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Hardaway passes to Brunson. Back to Hardaway. It's Powell on the wing. Out to Hardaway. To the paint. Here's Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And, Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
Doncic is checked in for Johnson.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And Los Angeles guys shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one.
Boy, they don't waste any time on that inbound play. Very little the defense can do to react to that one.
Doncic dishes to Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Passes it to Powell. Over Morris. And it's Dallas with another.
I tell you, even with some physical contact, Powell gets it done. Love his persistence.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Williams. The Mavericks pull it in.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Dallas moving it around. Doncic finds Hardaway. Here's Powell. Kennard with the rebound. Williams looking over the floor. Jackson has the open look. No good with the triple. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Now here's Williams. This game he had 12. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. The shot's good from Kennard. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Hardaway. Los Angeles making a switch here. Batum's checked in. Clippers leading by 3. Outside, George finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Well, Paul George is not just a gifted perimeter shooter. That touch on the interior is impressive.
Kicks it out to Richardson. Pass to Kleber. Back to Richardson. Inside, Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
You have to know how to play pick and roll in today's NBA, and Porzingis has got great instincts of when to dive and when to fade.
And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Here's Doncic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Well, Luka Doncic, from the moment he stepped between the lines in the NBA, has flashed incredible potential and skill.
James Johnson's checked in for the Mavericks. The Clippers in the lead. 6-second difference between shot and game play. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Mavericks with possession here. For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Finney-Smith kicks to Porzingis. And now the Clippers on the break. Beverly the pass to George. He gets that one. George has got 6 points.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. The Clippers on top.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above 4. And that's a wrap with the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with.
To think that at one point, after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But this guy gets better and better.
Doncic kicks to Kleber. To the inside. Porzingis can't hit. Los Angeles leading by 5. Batum finds Beverly. Back to George. No good on the triple. And for the Mavericks, they're shooting in this game 45%. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Doncic passes to Kleber, and Kleber slams it in.
Make no mistake, guys, the playmaking ability of Luka Doncic is special. Even at a young age, this guy can pick apart a defense.
Outside Leonard. Yep, that one goes in there. Leonard's got 6 points.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
To Porzingis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. And that concludes this long 6-game road trip. George with the bucket.
And this is a shot Paul George makes consistently, right? When he's in rhythm, he's ready to fire off the bounce.
Dallas moving it around. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Finney Smith. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers. Up top, Leonard. Back to Williams. 6 to shoot. From outside the arc. Unable to get that one. And it's Dallas the other way. And pushing it up is Dallas. The Mavericks again in transition.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers. They lead by 4. He dishes it to Leonard. There's 1:54 left to play in the third. Williams passes to Leonard. Good on the 7-footer.
Lou Williams is the all-time leader in points off the bench, but don't sleep on his passing game. What an assist.
Richardson finds Brunson. Down low, shoots from 12. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. 8 points for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Williams against Brunson. Leonard on the wing. Back to George. 3-pointer. The Mavericks pull it in.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Richardson, good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
LA's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. The pass to George. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, he throws it down with such ease. That rim might as well be 8 feet off the ground.
To the middle. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Brunson the pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, Porzingis stays aggressive on the offensive end. And with the kind of offensive arsenal he has, it's exactly what you hope for, guys.
Williams dishes to George. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Brunson.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
To the paint. Porzingis inside. Defended by Ibaka. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads. Cut down to 1 on the bucket from Kristaps Porzingis. It's George on the wing. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Right. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's see what he had to say.
Hey, it's all about physical.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Ivica Zubac. Morris is out there with Kennard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Williams at the point. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You think about Lou Williams and finding his way and finding himself with the Los Angeles Clippers. He's played for a fifth of the teams in the league. He always felt overlooked, underappreciated, but certainly he's found his niche here.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Leonard, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Paul George in for Reggie Jackson. Tipped away. That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Well, Doris, in the past, some regarded Lou Williams as a lackluster defender. Didn't want to lift weights. Had kind of an interesting reputation. He bounced around the league, as we know, quite a bit. He's played for a lot of different teams.
Right. I mean, think about his early association with Allen Iverson, the great Allen Iverson. He succeeded on his own terms, right? Both of them comfortable in their own skin, able to do some amazing things on the court.
Williams kicks to George. Got a hand on it.
Powell is exceptional at timing for blocks, rises up and sends it back.
Finney-Smith passes to Powell to take the lead. No good at the rim. The Clippers in the lead. Outside Leonard. The shot comes out, and it's Dallas the other way. Doncic left side. Dishes it to Johnson. Can't connect from short range. The Clippers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. And George kicks to Williams. Back to George. From deep three-point range. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Williams dishes to George. Powell with the steal. Outside Hardaway. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And it's Johnson penetrating. Here's Powell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Boy, Powell is proving to be a handful inside. Does a good job utilizing his long arms to get the call.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Cauley Stein's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Williams. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Don't sleep on Paul George's verticality. How nice was that finish?
Doncic outside. Kicks it to Hardaway. Passes it to Cauley Stein. Back to Hardaway. To the inside. Pass to Cauley Stein. Now the dish to Hardaway. Clock at 6. Feeds to Powell. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Batum. Oh, Leonard in position. An emphatic LU jam.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
Hardaway passes to Doncic. The feed now to Cauley Stein. Kyle trying to free himself up. Cauley Stein's shot is good. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
In matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
And George, hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. Here's Doncic. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Well, Luka Doncic loves the big moment, and he delivers.
Doncic against Beverly. It's George on the wing. Offline with his three.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way because hoisting from three is not the answer.
Here's Cauley Stein. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Now it's a three-point Maverick lead. Outside, Batum. On the wing, George. It drops. A tremendous three to tie it up.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Paul George with the steal. For the finish. Count it!
Paul George loves delivering when the game is on the line at his absolute best.
Doncic against Beverly. Here's Finney-Smith. Rebound by the Clippers. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on. Points are an absolute must here.
And no time to waste. Not at this point in the game. Doncic relishes the opportunity to deliver in big moments, and my goodness, embrace the spotlight, young man.
Here's Leonard.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Off target from downtown. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony.
think your key was to your success in the tournament?
I'm confident always, but I think the experience and then just my consistency on defense, right? Against defense to offense, I gave up 26 first quarter points. That's not.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for Kristaps Porzingis.
There's been a drop-off in the rebounding numbers. He seems to be getting out-muscled on the glass in a way we didn't see earlier in the season. His last 10 games, the totals have taken a huge hit.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marquise Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in a point guard. And they pick up 2. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason? Or, in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change. And the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. Whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
That's good from Schroeder. Schroeder hits them both. Looking at the last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to Phoenix. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Kicks it out to Richardson. Good D by Gasol. And here we go. Caldwell Pope finds Morris. LeBron outside. A floater, and he sinks the layup.
And you know, for such a physically powerful player, guys, James also has a deft shooting touch. I mean, showing it off there.
You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, GA, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
And the Lakers with possession here, following the score by Dallas. Porzingis with the steal. The pass to Finney-Smith. Kleber, the pass to Finney-Smith. And here's Porzingis. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Back to Schroeder. Caldwell Pope for 3. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Porzingis. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, Porzingis showing you persistence there. Just doing a nice job staying with it and finding a way to capitalize.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Here's Caruso, currently averaging almost 6 points a game, and it goes down 2 points. LeBron's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, LeBron James is so strong and able to finish through contact because of it. You've got to wrap him up. You've got to get him before he gets that ball up in the shooting motion, because contact other than that doesn't bother him.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Lakers trail by 5. Caruso kicks to Harrell. Down low, Porzingis with the steal. Right side Hardaway. Pass to Brunson. No good on the 3. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Johnson against LeBron. Back to Kuzma. Fires it up. That one off the back iron and out.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Here's Caruso. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Lets it go from 14. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And the dunk by James.
You know, at 6'8", with the ball skills that James has, he handles it like a guard. He can get wherever he wants to off the dribble.
Passes to Porzingis and stolen by Harrell, and it's the Lakers on the break. Kuzma with the ball. Kicks it out to LeBron. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range. And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for Dallas. A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma.
You know, for me, it's super cool just to.
Well, Kuzma, Greg, has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamonos. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Dallas.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles, Kyle Kuzma is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 3.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
And stolen by Kuzma. Harrell the pass to Caldwell-Pope. Back to Harrell. Here's Horton Tucker. Drills the three-pointer. Horton Tucker's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
Runs in the pass to Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Lakers trail by 8. Caruso looking for an opening. Caldwell-Pope outside. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. 9 feet out. And Caldwell-Pope finishes inside.
Yeah, cashing in close. Caldwell-Pope showing you there. He's more than just a jump shooter.
Hardaway against Caldwell-Pope. Cauley-Stein kicks to Brunson. Second chance shot. Can't hit that one. And the Lakers take it the other way. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Now here's Brunson. His last outing, he had 24 points. Back to Hardaway. Connects from three-point range. And the Mavericks lead by 9. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor jumper. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch, I agree. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That's his first foul. A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Trey Burke. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Dallas leading by 9. Kleber finds Richardson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
One of the things I really like about Dwight Powell is that he doesn't play outside of himself. He plays to his strengths.
Los Angeles making a switch here. James is checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Doncic is checked in. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And in terms of intensity, they kind of took the night off. Looked like they were just going through the motions.
Yeah, you know, to me, I agree. They just never looked engaged, which is surprising considering how close the game ended up being.
James Johnson's checked in for Dallas. For Los Angeles, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Lakers trail by 8. Strange to see Marc Gasol shooting from outside. His game, Greg, wasn't always like it is now.
I mean, Gasol has added a 3 to his game in the last seasons with Memphis, and it was an immediate success. He became a functioning stretch 5. Early in his career, he was more likely to drag you to the block and just bruise you more than anything else.
Now here's James. 38 points for him last game against Phoenix. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to Schroeder. Shoots over Doncic. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Marc Gasol.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Kleber with the bucket.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Morris inside. He's guarded by Johnson. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Back to LeBron. Here's Gasol. Kicks it out to Schroeder. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Doncic. And off the left side of the rim. And it swirls in for him.
You know, the defense has to be better. I mean, you can't give up that look.
Johnson, the pass to Kleber. From deep. No good on the shot. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 6. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie, there was no stopping Kristaps Porzingis in the first half. He had 13 points, 2 steals, and 1 rebound. Thanks for joining.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
On the court for the Mavericks. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. Porzingis inside. Morris is there. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
He's just letting it all hang out, guys. When Porzingis is in a groove like this, he just keeps putting it on you.
Schroeder against Doncic. And it's Schroeder missing.
Not pretty. You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
Kleber kicks to Doncic. Here's Finney Smith. He's guarded by Schroeder.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Gasol controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Out to the right wing. Richardson gets a wide open look. A 3-pointer, no good. Lakers trail by 8. Schroeder with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up. Harrell finds Morris. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. From deep LeBron, it's hauled in by Richardson.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
Kept alive. Porzingis passes to Kleber. Here's Hardaway. On the wing, Doncic. And James throws it down.
Hard to play better defense than that, guys. I mean, but right there, James simply overpowered it.
It's Richardson on the wing. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Doncic passes to Porzingis. At the elbow, it's James. Over Hardaway. That one wide left.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. And some changes here for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Morris. And it's Alex Caruso in for James. Then for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein. He's checked in for Porzingis. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Schroeder shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Richardson.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to, how about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Richardson, no luck. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Lakers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. Powell, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. He's perfect from the line this time. Dallas leading by 5. Brunson scanning the floor. Back to Hardaway. Off target from outside.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Pass to Horton Tucker. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Clock at 6. Inside. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Marc Gasol's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. Dallas has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. 32 seconds left here in the third quarter. Back to Powell. Rebound the Lakers.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And the Lakers with another miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Johnson, the pass to Powell. Back to Johnson. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Mavericks lead by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Harrell is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Marc Gasol. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Caruso in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. LeBron, he's checked in for the Lakers. Porzingis, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Luka Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
James kicks to Caruso. James, the pass to Kuzma. And the pass to Caruso. James outside. Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Dallas moving it around. And good that time.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Here's Gasol. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Finney-Smith. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Mavericks.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
I've been impressed with how well they've penetrated tonight, too.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Morris is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Caldwell Pope gets to Gasol. The putback. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Dallas leading by 9. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Once Porzingis gets some momentum, just get out of the way.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. Richardson covering. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
To the left side wing. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. He's still on. Now he is 9 of 10.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from him.
Porzingis with the steal. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. And Doncic throws it down.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
Lakers trail by 13. Schroeder outside. Takes the 3. Here's LeBron. Pass to Schroeder. Shoots over Doncic. And that one is off. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Tell you what, guys, that's not an easy finish, but somehow Doncic makes it look rather effortless.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. That free throw good from Doncic. And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. Schroeder kicks to Gasol. LeBron outside. Shot to stop the run. And the dunk by LeBron.
And, you know, you come to expect this type of play from LeBron. I mean, he's relentless when he's in attack mode.
Over to the wing. Outside Hardaway. It's Richardson on the wing. And stolen by LeBron. And LeBron with a clear path to the hoop. And the dunk by James.
And it was ignited by the steal by LeBron. I mean, he's got his head up right away, and the ball is out of his hands quickly.
Porzingis high post. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. And Gasol sends it back. For 3, Caldwell Pope. Trying to find Schroeder. Gets it to him. Morris finds Schroeder. LeBron against Porzingis. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Dallas.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
Boy, I tell you, look at these teams. They're very evenly matched. This could be one of the better in-conference battles we see this season.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Porzingis.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Schroeder outside. LeBron, that's a two-pointer. It's off. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building.
competitive games with him, and I'm not that comfortable with him. Luka's probably the better player, but I'm not as comfortable. So just as far as just my comfort level with Lonzo was a lot better off than Luka Doncic.
And checking out some numbers for Paul George.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
And now the Lakers starting group. Aldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ibaka, and it's George in at the two guard. Now here's Schroeder. Over Beverly. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Gasol is the kind of guy, I mean, if you forget about him, he's going to make you pay. Nice work on the offensive side.
Beverly looking around. Pass to George. When you look at the regular season, Chris, was there a part that was more difficult, start or the end, or maybe somewhere in between?
I would say it's somewhere in between because the physical toll, you know, is felt most down the stretch. But you get a time to refresh and renew and get back to it.
Caldwell Pope for three. Drops in the tray.
And Caldwell Pope can be a volume three-point shooter, meaning when he gets a lot of attempts from there, he can fill it up from downtown.
Beverly, the pass to George. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And George with the stuff.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
Gasol finds James. Leonard with the steal. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And George with the stuff.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Now, here is Morris. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Phoenix. 6 on the shot clock. Gasol. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And it's inexcusable when you don't box out Gasol. He's too big of a threat to dunk misses in.
Schroeder against Beverly. Outside, George. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got 9 points.
Well, he's perfect from the field this quarter. He's giving them the fits out there.
Schroeder dishes to Caldwell Pope. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Let's use this break to look at the teams that over the past month have been tremendous at converting turnovers into points. The Lakers in 5th.
They're taking advantage of every mistake that their opponents are making. I mean, they're really converting points off those turnovers.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Here's Williams after the basket by the Lakers. And it's George missing. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Lakers. Trailing by 2. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Well, how often do we hear it? You know, you got to take care of the basketball. I mean, they got to be much more disciplined tonight.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Leonard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George. Just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
George against Harrell. Lakers working the ball around now. Caruso, the pass to LeBron. The 11-footer. Out to Kuzma. Now the pass to Caruso. James looking around. A second chance effort. Great D that time from Leonard.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
The Lakers trail. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And the rejection by Zubac. Harrell kicks to Caruso. Stolen by Zubac. Now the Clippers moving it up. Morris with the ball. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers ahead. They lead by 2. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Caruso in at the point.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell-Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Here's Williams. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Williams has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers. Caldwell-Pope against Kennard. Pass to Caruso. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Pass to Horton Tucker. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Clippers, Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubats. Batum comes in for Morris, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. The Lakers also making some changes. Markieff Morris is checked in for Kyle Kuzma, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Clippers leading by 4. Beverley with the ball. Now guarded by Schroeder, and Beverley kicks to Jackson. Jackson throws it down hard.
If you do not appreciate the athleticism of Jackson, he can punish the G.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Schroeder outside. The putback. It's good on the putback.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
Schroeder against Beverley. Ibaka finds Kennard. Back to Ibaka. Here's Jackson. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And the Lakers making a change here. Gasol's checked in. Lakers trail by 4. Schroeder looking over the floor. Down low. It's stolen by Ibaka. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Jackson dishes to Ibaka. Outside for Jackson. A three-pointer off the mark. Last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to the Suns.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
And those are the games that really hurt. I mean, you're playing well, the effort's there, and in the end, it still isn't enough.
Just 4 to shoot. And he gives the whistle for the 3-second call. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverley, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
James finds Gasol. James wide open. The rebound by Ibaka.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And again, the Clippers turn it over.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
For the Clippers, Zubats is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. Alex Caruso comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Yeah, right to the rim. Once Gasol gets this close, he commits to flush.
And here is Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Celtics in Boston. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a 3-point game. Here's Caruso, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Schroeder, and the shot goes down.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
26 seconds left in the first half of the game. The kick out to Williams, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
And here's Morris for three. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Lakers with possession here. They trail by 1. Now Kuzma. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game's over.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. They were outscored by 2. Thanks for joining us.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been one outstanding game from George.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Caldwell-Pope kicks it over to Schroeder. 6 to shoot for the lead. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. The Clippers in the lead. In the corner, George with it. Caldwell-Pope against Leonard. And Gasol sends it back.
Wow, trying to challenge Gasol, big-time two-way player. He gets it done on both ends.
Here's James, and finished off by LeBron.
And look, if you're going to allow him to get to the bucket that easily, this lead's going to go from small to big real quick.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Back to George. Leonard inside. James covering. Nobody near George. Here's Leonard. Misses off the right iron.
A golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Here's Schroeder. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. A different look for the Clippers. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Paul George. The Lakers also with a sub. Horton Tucker's checked in. Lakers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group. Only around 75%.
Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
having trouble getting going here in the second half. I mean, that's their 4th miss in 5 attempts.
And the lean frame of Ibaka taking the punishment, but still converting the basket. Toughness.
Lakers passing it around. Jackson passes to Ibaka. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Ibaka's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And there's Harrell. That's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 3rd assist on the night. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Out left to the wing. Beverly dishes to Ibaka. Outside Jackson. Back to Beverly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kennard finds Ibaka. Puts it up. Kennard's shot is off. The Lakers shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Schroeder against Beverly. Harrell, that's good. 6 points for Montrezl Harrell.
And improving as a shot maker every year. Harrell has to be accounted for defensively.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. Schroeder against Beverly. Outside for Jackson. And a miss there on the triple. The Lakers in the lead. 54 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Morris against Batum. Launches a 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Ibaka, the pass to Batum. And again, no good by the Clippers. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his 1st foul of the game. So, for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Oh, he delivers that with force.
I cannot believe that. You love how fierce James is, a ferocious dunk artiste.
It's Williams with the drive. Lays it up off the glass.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Here's Horton Tucker. Lob pass to Gasol. 3/4 of play in a close game here. Lakers ahead, up 2. And right after. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So for the Lakers right now, LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. And it's Marc Gasol, and it's Caruso in at the 1. Outside Gasol. Pass to Kuzma. LeBron outside. That shot missing. And the Clippers will come the other way. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Here's Kuzma, finished off the break. Kuzma's got the lead up to 4 now for the Lakers.
Superb at leaking out and running that a smart route. Kuzma, he loves capitalizing in transition.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
There's the pass to Caruso. George against James. And the dunk by James.
Such blinding speed on the drive. I mean, James is a force of nature when he's on the attack.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Over in the corner, Batum. Outside, George. And Ibaka kicks to George. Shot clock at 6. And it's Leonard missing.
And really, they've rebounded well all game long.
And James throws it down.
Seeing the court like a point, that's Gasol showing the full range of his skills.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
George passes to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
Pass to Caruso. He dishes it to Gasol. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. That one good for 2.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Clippers trail by 6. George with the ball. Passes it to Batum. Kicks to Beverly. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Lakers leading by 6. James finds Morris. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Back to James. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Schroeder against Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Harrell. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
His interior scoring is one of the things that drives their offense. Don't expect him to miss many of those.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
LeBron against Leonard. Harrell dishes to Schroeder. The kick out to LeBron. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 4. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And here's George for 3. Morris with the rebound.
Bad shots. This is the time to work the ball inside to get the best shot possible. I mean, that's the way to make the comeback happen.
Pass to Harrell. Back to James. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Goes up on the block. And it's Harrell missing. The Clippers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Schroeder, left side. Good on the triple. Schroeder's got the lead up to 7 now for the Lakers.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
And George, here we go. Count it!
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
LeBron passes to Harrell. Schroeder, right side. He feeds it to Harrell. Shot clock at 5. There's the 3. That shot off the mark. Misses there. And so the Lakers take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for